So of course the very first step is to safely jack up the car. I have it on jack stands here. You only really need to jack it up to one side. In this case I have two jack stands because I'm doing some other work. But right here is where the oil pan is located. In this case I have a long wrench because this will give me extra leverage. If you have a tough time removing the bolt, just hit the wrench with a hammer and the bolt will come loose very, very quickly. In this case it's a 17 millimeter. And also make sure your drain pan is ready to go. So, as you can see, I have a lot of leverage. There we go. Now when you're ready to reinstall the drain bolt, make sure that the washer is on here, because without the washer, you'll have a very, very small leak. So just make sure you don't lose this sucker. If you can't find it, sometimes it will drop in the oil pan. Now we need to remove and replace the oil filter. So right here again is your drain pan. If you look toward the left or toward the passenger side, you have your exhaust pipe, and look straight up. That's exactly where the oil filter is located. Now there isn't a lot of working room in here. If you can't remove this oil filter using your hand, you can use an oil filter wrench. In this case it's a type or size F oil filter removal tool. So we'll attach the tool to the end or the bottom of the oil filter, use a 3/8 inch extension along with the ratchet, and get this guy right out. Now both filters line up, so that's great news. Also, you want to make sure that the old gasket comes off with the oil filter. If it's not here, pull it off the motor because you'll have a leak when you put on the new oil filter. Also with this new filter, make sure you apply a little bit of new engine oil. This will make the filter come off easier next time. Also, you can apply a little bit of engine oil inside the filter before reinstalling it if you wish. A lot of guys like to do that, and I'm going to do that as well. And you just also want to clean off the mating surface, make sure it's nice and clean. And any parts on the exhaust, just wipe it off so you minimize how much is burned off when the car started again. Now every oil filter is a little bit different. In this case, once the oil filter makes contact with the motor, we need to tighten it 3/4 to 1 turn. That's this guy right here, step number 3. And then we'll just go ahead and discard the old oil into this container, and we'll recycle it at our local auto parts supplier. In this case, because we also changed the oil filter, the capacity is 4.5 quarts. So we'll check the oil, and if we take a look, we just have to add just a very, very small smidge, and we'll be in good shape.